Thank you so much for checking out this free video. If you don't mind, please click like and subscribe. Okay, what else do we have? Lex Luger going to the Hall of Fame. He's going in this year along with Triple H, Michelle McCool, and the natural disasters. Earthquake and tugboat.
Typhoon.
No, earthquake and tugboat.
Well, they said the natural disasters, so it's earthquake and typhoon.
I guess that's true. That's a typo on the front page.
Tugboat.
Get
Taylor.
on it. Get on it.
It's nice that they're not waiting too long, because they've done that with a few people that have expressed how important and how much they would really like to go in, and then they wait too long. And so I'm glad Lex is getting it. Unfortunately, John Tenta's no longer with us, but get the people in while you can.
I hope we're past that spite era, because Vader really, it would have meant something for him to go in, and he didn't get that chance to do that while he was alive. And I think, in a case like Lex Luger, some of these other people that have crossed with Vince in the past for whatever reasons, time to put that aside for something that does mean a lot. It may not mean a lot to the fans and some of the diehards listening, but it does mean a lot to those people.
So there's actually a lot of going on with Lex Luger. Like DDP, he's doing DDP yoga. DDP is trying to get him going. And Luger can now, on his own, stand up out of his wheelchair without assistance. Thanks to DDP, so you can follow them on Instagram. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Put the broken ring post pick up for my ex-subscribers, my super followers on Twitter.
Hey, boss. Can
Yes.
I jump in here real quick before you go?
After I plug
Just
my
because-
9-week fitness update that is also up right now for my subscribers on X. If you'd like to check out how things are going, how it was done, talk some fitness, subscribe on X. It's much better than the normal X. Trust me on that one. All right, go ahead.
Well, this fine person, Andrew Brown, has given you $1.99 in the YouTube chat because they don't realize that you don't answer questions out of the YouTube chat. So I will ask on behalf of him to Lance, any memories with Lex Luger?
I remember it was a funny story that he had told me, and then unfortunately I found out that it wasn't true, in that he talked about the only time he had ever gone to the top rope. And he had said that his goal was to never go to the top rope. And there was going to be a superplex attempt where he would shove the guy off and he would do a crossbody. And he wanted to just do it off the second. But when the guy put him up, he put his feet on the outside of the top rope. And he realized that he would either have to climb down to do it off the second like he was hoping and look like a bit of a wuss, or he would have to come off the top rope. And he said he decided he would come off the top rope and said it was the only time he ever did. And then like 6 months later, I was watching an old Lex Luger match where he just climbed to the top rope and came off it. And I was so disappointed.
Yeah, but you know what, Lance? I would bet you that when he told you that story, he thought it was true.
Oh, I guarantee you he did.
Okay. Because I was, we play these clips of my matches during the break sometimes. And in my head, okay, I never did a pescado in my life, ever. From the inside to the outside, never. Like, I don't remember. And then all of a sudden I'm watching it, and I did one in a match with Vinny. And I was like, what? That was me. I totally don't remember ever doing it. And I never wanted to, and I don't think I ever did it again. But if someone would have asked me, did you ever do pescado, I would have said no. And then I would have looked like a liar because it's right there on the YouTube thing.
Yeah, I've told stories before that I swore were true, and then you find out later that, oh, the dates don't work. That didn't happen.
Yes.
It's like, oops.
That happens all the time.
Now, Brian, and I'm not saying that you're a smaller man, but there are people like Craig and Vinny in this world. How many times did somebody say, come on, I'm putting you in the torture rack?
Torture rack? I'd be fine with a torture rack.
Like Luger, are you sure?
I'd prefer a torture rack to a lot of different things that Vinny and Craig would try on me. Mostly Craig's worked punches. I'd much rather be racked. All right. By the way, I want to say one other thing about Lex Luger, and I've said this for years, ever since I rewatched all those Nitro shows. Man, this guy got screwed 6 ways from Sunday. Dude.
Yeah, he did.
I remember growing up, and I would always read The Observer, and I'd always hear from people about how, Lex, he just, he always had these opportunities, but he always dropped the ball, this and that. And then I actually went back and watched all this stuff again, and it's like, dude, this bro didn't drop the ball. I mean, maybe he was not like the greatest worker, and maybe sometimes he didn't like give 100%, but he always at least gave 90. And like a lot of the times he did give 100%. And I can't tell you how many times they would pull the trigger on the guy and the frickin' place would go crazy. That time when he beat Hulk Hogan in the middle of the NWO run, oh my God, that was like one of the biggest pops of the Monday Night Wars. And then they did nothing with it. They just took the belt off him, and he was just, I was like, what? And like every time I saw one of these things, like, you know, the Yokozuna deal, you know, we watched all that TV leading up to that SummerSlam where he won via count out. And I just remember going, man, dude, that guy got screwed. And then, you know, by the time, you know, the Royal Rumble came along, people wanted Bret and they cheered Bret more. But it was like, gee, I wonder why. You totally dropped the ball with this dude. You made him look like a geek. He won via count out and then celebrated like he won the world title. It was like, God, this guy just got one time after another, just screwed.
And he, if you go back, he was a really good worker before the motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
He became a little more gun shy afterwards, but he became a really good worker.
But he wasn't even bad.
No.
You know? I saw bad wrestlers, and I would never say that Luger was a bad wrestler.
No, he and Sting, I think, are the avatar for a lot of people that saw WCW in their demise and blame them for it, as if they could have done anything with that company. It wasn't their fault. But they kind of got really saddled with a lot of that. And I think in the last couple of years, I think people have shaken a lot of that away, because watch Lex Luger as a heel with Ricky Steamboat in '89 and tell me he can't work. You know, I think that's been one of the most overrated things. Was he Arn Anderson or Ric Flair in the ring? No, he wasn't. But was he more than passable? For sure, and definitely had an aura and a charisma that a lot of other guys didn't, whether he loved the business or didn't love the business at the time.
Have you grabbed your F4WOnline.com shirt yet? Well, we got a bunch of them. They're up in the store right now. F4WOnline.com/shirts. You can grab your -5 stars shirt, your Dave Meltzer Wrestling Observer shirts, even the brand new After Dark Radio shirt. You love Granny? We have Granny's Gang shirts. Have you ever won a shoot battle royal? Probably not, but you can tell people you did. So check out the store. All of these great shirts and more. It's through Pro Wrestling Tees. F4WOnline.com/shirts. That's F4WOnline.com/shirts.